History is saturated with creepy photographs that vary from supernaturally disturbing, to mysteriously intriguing, to straight-up terrifying. From ghosts to horrifying historical artifacts and haunted locations, here are 12 creepy photos you won't be able to unsee. Post-mortem photography was a trend in Victorian England to preserve the image of a family when a loved one died. Post-mortem photography became common in Victorian England when the rise of early photography coincided with the short lifespans of individuals. They were also known as memento mori photos, meaning remember you must die. As photography was still rare, the death of a family member was often the first time a family considered taking a portrait. They did this to commemorate the dead, and to have an image of the deceased, probably their only one. A shadow is all that remains of a man incinerated by the atomic bomb that dropped in Hiroshima in 1945. When the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima, Japan, on August 6, 1945, it incinerated humans so quickly that shadows of them were left imprinted on surfaces. The above photo, human shadow etched in stone, depicts a man who sat on a flight of stairs outside of the Sumitomo Bank in Hiroshima, Japan, about 800 feet away from the atomic bomb when it detonated. He was so close to its detonation point that he essentially vaporized. This sort of shadow is also known as a death shadow. In the 1950s, the US government made fake towns and filled them with mannequins for nuclear testing. Sometimes, real life can be scary enough without the supernatural. In the mid-1900s, in order to test the impact of an atomic blast on populated areas, technicians created fake towns known as doom towns in the desert of Nevada and blew them to smithereens. In fact, the US dropped a 16-kiloton bomb on one of them to determine if wooden frame homes, cars, and mannequins, in place of people, could survive a nuclear blast. The French neurologist Duchenne de Boulogne pioneered the use of medical photography in his experiments. Duchenne de Boulogne was a French neurologist who pioneered research into the electrical stimulation of muscles. He used photography to accurately illustrate his findings. The photographs that came from his experiments look like the patients are undergoing some form of torture. William Hope, a pioneer of spirit photography, took this photo of a couple and an alleged female spirit around 1920. William Hope became known as a pioneer of spirit photography, photography whose goal was to capture ghosts and spirits in photos, and later as a medium, families wanting to get in touch with their deceased loved ones sat for his photographs.